Hello everybody, Thiago here. Today is August 15th and I want to talk about the progress of my game engine. So I have pushed this commit to GitHub, which adds the tile map editor, which is a really advanced tile map editor at this point. I can show this after I start talking about this commit. It also adds NPCs, right? So for example, if I go to let me go to the scenario lab, which is easier to show. So there are NPCs now, so I can talk. Oh, let me reduce the speed here because otherwise, yeah. So I can talk like, okay, where's the arena? Thanks. And then there are also even a mission um, function to NPC. So for example, the first time I talk to the NPC, it displays mission here, and then yeah, and then I say, oh, clear the north troll, then come back here, and then I say, okay, I will dischange the player flags, mission flags. The next time I go here, then this message appears. So yeah, and then also look at this. My backpack has just 2 items, and then I can talk with the him like this, and then I get some gold later. And then I also can trade with the NPC. For example, I can buy a bread. There are no icons to those items right now, but I'm planning to add them. I can also sell, and then okay, so now you can see that it displays the amount of gold coins that I have, and then I can buy again, right? And then it disappears with my gold coins. Now I have 0 gold coins. Back, and then yeah, buy. So I have added NPCs. I have added these spells week, which then, for example, I can define the icons, and then you have here some information about all the spells in the engine right now. During the hunt, I can start playing, and then, for example, let me show here. So in this action bar, we can add spells here, and then when the char casts some spell, you can see there's the cooldown here, and yeah. So, but the biggest change is this one here. So I start to shape this project to be command driven and change all the data structures and the logic to be more like a 2D MMO kernel driven, right? So now the kernel is optimized to be a 2D MMO at any point. I'm just finishing the whole system, for example, the map editor and everything, and then I'm going to start to do some benchmarks and see how fast it is. I'm pretty confident that it's fast enough right now to support maybe over hundreds, like a couple of hundreds of players simultaneously. But yeah, this has been the biggest change that I decided to do. I was avoiding this. I was like, okay, let me just do a smaller project with a hunt simulator. This starts with the name of Dungeon Engine, and but then I was like, okay, if with the help of the AI, I can do so much. Why not just expand and try something bigger right now? And it has been working. I'm progressing. I'm sure that there are a lot of stuff to do, but right now I'm seeing progressing every day that I ask the grok build, or I decide, okay, I want to try to do this today and then do some tests. It's progressing, and I have been adjusting. For example, I have been doing the map editor, and then I decided to create those layers here. The layers are optimized for Node.js, right? So they are unidimensional arrays, which are faster then multidimensional, and they are integer arrays, they are not object arrays, and I do some calculations to that we call array flattening, right? And we use integers, and then we do some bit mask operations to check some results, for example. And then I decided to do this. So we have a couple of layers. We have the spawns layers. This is a JSON, right? So this is one exception where we put all the monsters in the current spawn, and then yeah, you can see, for example, can rabbit, bear, snake. So we can put the monsters on the map here. We have the fields layers. This is an integer. We have these maps, the fields that the map starts. For example, if I go here to this, you can see that we have those. This is a fire field, this is a poison field. This is start in the map right now, but a player could cast an spell and override this field or destroy this field. So we have an array for that. We have the flags array, and then we have, for example, protection zone. We can define it here. Let me show something in here. Um, okay, so for example, those tiles here, they are protection zones. So when I go here and okay, I'm invisible. Let me remove this ring. Then the monster starts to try to attack me, right? But then if I go to this tile here, then I'm safe from monsters because this is a protection zone. So this is a layer for that. We have other things here: no cast only, no creature only. We have stairs. So for example, we have those stairs here. If I step into this stair, I'm moved to another floor. Let me show here, right? So I'm moved to this floor. If I step here, I have been moved to the floor below. Let me go back to the map. And yeah, we have ladders, we have holes, we have rope spots, and so on. And then we have this site feature, which is, for example, we have those water tiles, and the player cannot walk over those tiles, but the player should be able to cast spells or use, for example, a bow to target enemies here. So we have those types of special flags in this site one. And then, for example, we have those non-walkable tiles that are really blocked. And then, for example, if a player is here and a monster is here, the player cannot cast a spell because we have the line of sight here. Also, we have the friction one. Depending on the tile, the player is going to move faster or slower. And we have a special tile that's friction 255, which is non-walkable. So you can see those yellow tiles are non-walkable. And finally, we have this layer map here, which is mostly for the client, not for the server. For example, we go here, we have all those visuals, right? All the tiles here that you can see, the icons and the sprites. So this layer here is for the client. And what is special about this is, for example, when I put a vertical here, I'll go to this vertical and I put, let's say, broken cave thing, it changes the bits of other layers here, right? So for example, let me actually change this tile here. So you can see that the friction layer here is gray. But then if I go to ground and I put this one here, dump cave wall, if I put a wall here, right, and then I make this invisible, you can see that this friction layer has been changed. So the idea here is that depending on the object that we put in this tile map, it's going to affect the other layers that are logical layers that are used by the game engine. And yeah, so this is what I have been implementing. This tile map editor is the main focus right now, making it work. And you can see that I can place the NPC here. So for example, if I go here in the spawns, I can create a palette, town guide. Let me see. Let me actually use this one here. Okay, mountain troll, deer. And then, for example, if I want to place an NPC, I can click here, and then I can click on the map, and it's going to place NPC. If I want to place monsters, I can place the monsters here. Yeah, you can see. And if I hit save and go to the game, let me show the result. You can see that now the game has more mountain trolls, more guides, and yeah, so the map is integrated. Right now it's working. Also, I have added support to some special type of tiles. Let me show this part here. So for example, they are, people call this automap, Wang tiles, Wang walls, or whatever. But the idea is that when we are drawing tiles on the map, depending on the position that we put the tiles together, it's going to automatically change the sprite of for example, let me show this here. For example, I'm drawing this, and then you can see that it's just putting the same tile, which is that vertical bar, on the map editor. But as soon as I stop drawing, you can see that it changes automatically the sprites depending on the position of the neighbors here. So for example, this is good for building walls, right? So I can build a wall here. Note that the sprites are really bad at this point. They are just for giving an example, right? Let me put another one and another one so you can see. Also, if I go to this path, I have those other special tiles here, the dirt. So the editor has support for this, right? Those special auto tile thing. I can put water here, so you can see how it works. And then also this also affects the other layers. So for example, I put the water here. If I go and make this tile map invisible, you can see that this changed this to non-walkable. This also changed to non-walkable. You can see that this affect the site layer, right? So yeah, so you can see that we have this auto tile feature. Also, I can search this map for I can go to any specific point. I have implemented this feature. Also, I can search, for example, if I put search troll here, let me go to this, to the same layer. I click, it goes to that troll creature. Control F. I can go also check creatures in another floor. So for example, I go here, troll. Let me try another creature, demon, search. Uh, then yeah, so you can see that I have all those features working. So this this map editor is now quite advanced. I just need some small polishing here, and especially the biggest issue here is what is the next challenge is to try to make better art. So you can see that in the sprite manager I have those overlays here. They are just like prototypes, so I can use for a demo, but they are not ready for production, or they do not look good. But yeah, looking good is just a matter of improving the art here. The important part right now for me is to make it work, right? This map editor here, and I think right now it's quite advanced. We have the other things. So for example, if I go here, um, let me show the ground. I can click the dirt floor, and then we have the bucket fill, right? You can see that the preview shows the tile map, how it would look in runtime, depending on the zoom here. Because if I go here, then it's just show the color to avoid a lot of CPU processing here, unnecessary. Um, we have bucket fill, we have color pickers, yeah. Also, we have special brushes. So for example, I can go here and cave wall. I have this square, and I can, let me show here. So if I put 4 it draws 4 at a time, right? Like this, 5 like this, and so on. Also, we have special brushes like circle like this. Let me increase. Yeah, so you can see diamond. It's almost like a circle at the end. Cross like this, like this, like this. So I can, and let me deter. This one is interesting. Actually, this part here is already. I need a new part here. Let me show the deter one. So yeah, so you can see like it draws like a chess pattern. And we have a spray. I do not like it. It's too random. Yeah, so you can see we have these working brushes. We can change floors. If we put a stair, for example, let me go here to vertical, and I'm going to put a stair here. Oh my god, I used the spray, and then it displays like that. So I need to put one at a time. But then, for example, if I put a stair, I can define where this is going. So let me click here, click here. So you can see that this stair, it's going to the center of z minus 1. So it's going to be more or less here. In this case, it's not going to work because this is a non-walkable destination. But we can also define, oh, I have not saved. When we are editing a layer here, we need to click save. Otherwise, when changing floors, it's going to reset, right? So yeah, this is something to, maybe I should put some message when changing floor and there are changes, we put a message before. But let me put back that stair here, and in any case, so you can see, and then I can define a destination of this. So let me save. For example, I can define this 7, and then I can hit apply, and now it's a custom destination. So it is going to work like a portal where if a player step here, it can go to any place of the world in the world map. For example, it can go to another floor or whatever. In any, we can even pick like, okay, we can add some values here that we can cache the value and then use later. So we can hit pick, and you can see that it's changed the value, and then later when we add a star, we can hit apply, right? So for example, let me add a star here. Let me add a star actually here, broken star. Okay, I need to put this, so I add this star here, and I select. Now I hit apply. The star has a destination, and then we can even click here, go to destination. Then the map is let me show the center here. Map go to the destination, so you can see the destination is going to be here. So there are so many small details that has been implemented, and this week I'm going to try to just finish these small details, and then after that I'm going to try to improve a little bit the art for the tile map, because right now it's not looking good. It's good for a demo just to show how the features work, but they are not nice to see. And that's my update. So yeah, several things has been implemented since last week. NPCs, tile map, yeah, and yeah, see you, bye.